continuation episode of Hot Takes Cold Brews, the podcast where love, coffee, chaos, and a whole lot of yapping collide. Today, as you can see, I have with me somebody who does this apparently, but also my very dear friend from college, who I've known for I think almost 8-9 years now, which is very amusing.
Yeah.
Don't know how we've known each other that long, but fun. And she is Devashri, and her last name is Joshi. She's a full Pakki Maharashtrian who loves what she does with so much intensity that it's overwhelmingly good. And she does many things. She is a special needs kids educator and therapist. She does, what is that needling thing? What do you call it? Embroidery.
Oh my god. She doesn't know me well. She
Listen, I don't know the words for everything. Shut up. She knows a lot of the things, but so she does that. She does painting and art, and she sells some of her frames that she makes, and she runs. She's a marathoner. She's gotten her first 2 tattoos after the marathons that she's run.
Can I show my foot? Or
No.
Okay.
We're not showing our feet, Deva. And she is also in the process of learning how to host book clubs. Very unironically, she's gone into it, but she's doing it. And
It's one of Prakti's cards.
lies. You've been doing it before, but she's doing something that I find very personally inspiring, which is she reads every day, and she has like a tracker of what she's read every day, and it's a habit that I want to inculcate, but I'm not there yet. But she's been doing that, so she does a lot of things. She's also a massive weirdo who does a penguin dance. She's smart but stupid simultaneously. It's great.
Holistic personality.
Yeah, it's called balance. It's called balance. So, welcome to the podcast,
Thank
Miss
you.
Ma'am.
Thank
How
you.
are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm nervous. I'm stressed. But I have coffee, so it's okay.
I don't know why you're stressed about this. I really
No, I
don't.
know. I don't know. It's just question. It's like an interview about
Mm.
existential stuff. Which I don't. I could give a job interview right now. I don't want to give this like what is love?
I really don't know how to make
What is
this.
adulting? I'm glad they can't see my feed.
Shut up.
Anyway,
I will go
yes.
cry in a corner
But you know-
soon after this. If you see me crying in a corner, she's the cause.
In a good way, like happy tears will be coming.
I don't think so. But okay. We've got ourselves some cute coffee mugs, and we made some lovely coffee, and we're very excited about our coffee.
It's fucking amazing.
You can.
It's really amazing.
I love that. Great flip. Nobody's gonna realize it. Nobody heard anything.
Nobody heard anything.
So we're gonna start with a game
Let's.
called Hot Takes or Cold Takes, and I'm gonna give you phrases, and you have to tell me if it's a hot take or a cold take. You have to be fast. You have to try and be witty, which I know you can be, but try and be like on your toes and
funny
zippy.
now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just bare minimum, and it has to be quick.
Mhm.
If it's a hot take, you have to tell me why it's a hot take. If it's a cold take, we move on from it like that.
Okay, no, because I'm stupid.
Fair.
Hot take is if I don't agree with it.
No, hot take is, when
Like,
you don't
I don't-
agree with it, you have a it could be that you agree or you don't agree, but you have like
But like
something
an
to share.
intense, yeah.
Yeah, you have like an
okay.
intense opinion on
Reaction.
it.
Okay.
And cold take is when you're like, yeah, whatever.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, what else apparently. So, are you ready, Deva?
No, but yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, so first one. Men don't actually like women, they like the idea of women liking them. I've jumped right into it to get you thinking. That is gonna be so
This is so intense. Honestly, it's like medium take. I'm gonna go with hot take because I like to think the men like me. The men I've dated I like to think that way. But yeah, I think most of the time they want a mom and a therapist. So it's just
and a maid.
and a maid. Oh my god.
A maid, a cook.
You're triggering my trauma. It's
Pretty
okay.
good.
It's okay.
No, it's okay.
We're good. Yeah, no, they definitely like the idea of a woman liking them because they don't have their moms with them at that particular point.
It's like
in
there's
time.
somebody chasing
So,
them, somebody's
yeah.
wanting them.
Yeah, but I don't do that anymore. We don't do wifey shit for boyfriends.
We don't do permanent shit for temporary people.
Spoken like a true landlord. Anyway,
Thanks.
okay, that was intense. Now go a little low on the intensity.
I'm gonna try.
Mm.
I cannot promise.
Mm.
If you're not lost in your 20s, you're lying.
You're lying. Hot take. Yeah. Dude, 20s are insane. Like 20s are like we're like we're past the mid-20s point. And I thought we're supposed to have it together by 21. But the way life has been going, so like if I go back and think about when I was 21, 22, whatever, I have no idea what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. The only difference is now I'm okay with it. Now I'm just like, I'm glad I don't know what I'm doing because that gives me so much flexibility to do whatever I want.
Babe, you can cuss, it's
My
okay.
teacher side is coming out, okay?
I can see.
It's like whatever I want.
It's
But yeah, I think 20s are, you should explore in your 20s for sure. Like otherwise,
I mean, as much as I agree, you should explore in your 20s. And that I also thought we'd have it together.
Mhm.
But I don't think, like, I know so many people that are mid 20s, that have so much happening, so much clarity, that I'm constantly divided between trying to be comfortable with the not knowing and the exploring and wanting to have it all together because somebody else has it all together. And there's many of the somebodies who have it all together. There are some, and I think social media plays like a big part in it
Yeah.
because of what people are portraying, and so I have to keep like giving myself those reality checks. That listen, don't consume everything that you see as the truth.
Yeah.
There's so much behind the scenes. But like for me, like, it's a medium take. Like it could be, but it could also not.
Yeah. No, I feel like 20s, like as you said, some people definitely do have it together. I feel like even we have it together in some parts of our lives. You about your work, me about certain lifestyle choices, that like, running and everything. We have those things together, but about going beyond.
Collectively, all of it, I don't think so.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. I think it's good to have something together. Otherwise, it's just like you're like 18 all over again,
True.
having your first sip of alcohol.
Mine was at 14.
To alcohol, right? You and Dhruv in Avon, shady fucking place outside Christ. These fuckers made me.
I think we need to do like a going back to Avon. Okay,
We should. Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. This is my last one for you today. Oversharing in the group chat is self-care.
Hot take, dude. Every day. What one group chat? Dude, all group chats will have the same thing. Like one stupid call, bro. What? Sometimes I look back and look at my man. I'm like, क्या हो रहा था? क्यों कर रही थी मैं? But it is necessary. It is self-care every day. Like, I think every day I have a routine now. So I have blue lights in my room, okay? I turn those on. I'm scrolling through reels. And then there's a part of my day where I'm just going through my WhatsApp. And every fucking stupid thing that's happened in the day goes on the group chat.
I love it. This is what we need. I really love like sending multiple texts, voice notes, random updates. This I did, what is happening. I need to, if I don't share, then they're not going to respond to me. Then they will not tell me what their take on my life is, what is happening, what they are doing. So this is my way of inciting conversation.
You're more selfless than I am because I'm just like, if I can't tell people about this dumb shit happening in life, what am I living for?
I am
like, what am I doing this for?
Others also to tell me.
Yeah,
I can't be the only person telling. So then if I start sending, then everybody's going to respond and they're going to say something. Then one conversation will happen. And I like that.
Another form of like similar self-care is inappropriate reels.
Oh.
Like I think that's also like my new form of self-care because Instagram like reads your algorithm like crazy, right? Like
so
the kind of, we get arrested. As special educators, we would be arrested if you guys saw our feed. Anyway.
So funny. But
okay.
It is, but it's
But it's self-care.
funny.
It's self-care.
I love it.
It's
I think another really important, like that ties into this, that's self-care for me, is spending time with people that are very close to me, like you, me, Rasha, Janvi, Tool and Gutlu, Meghna, Anvi, Reed. being able to block time out to actually hang out, whether we do anything or not. It could be that we're sitting in bed and scrolling reels, that we're just talking, we're catching up, whatever the hell it is. It is so essential to me for my functionality. Like, it keeps me in check. It brings
Right.
me back from, being on the edges because, things have happened and I'm like spiraling, and then this like just grounds me.
It's a constant.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
a
a
nice
very
constant.
grounding effort, and I love it. So that is
Yeah.
nice.
And I think the humor, the comfortable humor in those groups. No, but like that
It's
really.
also really dark humor sometimes.
Yeah,
It's
but
so
that's,
funny.
but that's why it's comfortable, right?
Exactly.
Because no one means what they're saying.
Yeah.
No one means that. No one's gonna say that in the daylight. But it's just so nice to have that level of comfort
I
with
agree.
multiple people. And as you said, just bringing you back to, it's okay.
Yeah.
You're good. You're doing good.
Yeah, like it's okay.
You
Not
have
all
people,
is lost.
people have your back.
Yeah, and I think that's such an essential grounding activity with
Yeah.
all the hyper stressed, constantly on the move lives that we live. To be able to, carve time out to do this.
Absolutely.
I will also
This
add
is
fun
all-
fact here. This that's happening is happening on the heels of two of our friends coming over, because I was not in town for a couple months and I've put on everybody's calendar saying reunion please,
Google Calendar invite was sent.
because I said I need to see my girls, and mid-holiday, or actually mid-trip, not a holiday, but mid-trip I've gotten a message saying, Prakti, we're planning everything, you do not come derail us with your plans. And I'm like, excuse me, as the control freak, you can't say this to me, like I need to know. And I was just like, I don't know what we're going to do, what we're doing, what is happening. I had no clue. They refused to give me any details. Thankfully, as soon as I came back, which was earlier this week, I have spoken to Deva to prep for this. And I'm like, listen, what is the plan? And then she tells me, we thought you would not want to leave your house, so we're coming home. And that was a very thoughtful gesture, because I do not indeed want to leave my house. I have been back for a week.
Insane.
No, I've been back for a week and I've not gone out of the door, let alone out of the building or the
you
society.
also- okay, I love that. I love that.
I mean-
I want to do that. I want to do
Yeah,
that for a week.
the room and I are
Insane.
it. It's,
I love
it's fun. But yeah, so I
Yeah,
have very
I had
thoughtful
like-
goals.
Yeah, you do. You're welcome.
Thanks.
No, I had a very random about the group chat thing. So I went to my friend's sister's wedding, engagement recently. Her friends were giving a speech and all. They bought that text from
Oh wow.
3-4 years ago, where she used to yap on and on about the guy. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's true friendship. I
That's
was
a
like, I
great
took down
reminder
notes.
for me to never send messages to you all about
We
this.
already have.
No, but of any possible suitors,
Oh, okay.
I will make sure that I do not.
No, you send a voice note, which would be even better.
No, I would not
Play
send
that
her any
voice note at your
information.
wedding.
No information. I don't want this.
At your court marriage,
I
a
was just
voice
going
note
to
will
say,
play. Like,
For
Uncle
the
Ruko, your honor,
Judge,
Ruko.
please
Judge
hold.
sir. 1 minute, WhatsApp khulne do.
But that is so cute. That is very cute. I feel like I'd be the person getting those messages out for you, but I would not be sending details.
Dude, I don't want my, I want him to meet you because you have a lot of concern about that. And I know you will open your gallery and be like, sit down.
I think maybe the thumbnail for this video should be your Christ ID.
No.
I know I have, or your Aadhaar card. I have
Yeah,
that
why
also
do you
somewhere.
have- Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
I really need to show possible men in your life these things. I think that's a meeting.
It's like a
waiting
rite
to
of
happen.
passage now.
Yeah, I mean,
Must
think
happen.
about
If
it.
they still like me after that,
You know
marry him.
Exactly.
Marry him.
So, hence, we need to make this happen in the near future. In the near
I'll think about it.
Hey.
I'll think about it. Of course, you know.
And if you don't, you know I'm going to stalk and find and be able to text them directly, and then you will not have control on the conversation. It would rather be better that you facilitate it, because
I
then
don't
you
like
have
that you have so
self-control.
much time on your hands to be able to do all this.
I will make time for this. It's important.
Anyway, moving on.
But I like how, again, a lot of these conversations, they come to where I want them to be. So the first thing that I want for us to discuss about today particularly more so because of the choices we have made in the past in our love lives and the things we have done. I recall the very first boy you had in your life in college.
Oh god.
And how that went down, the nervousness that you
Oh my
had, the
god.
messages that
that
you
was
sent.
insane. I don't even want to go back.
I'm not taking you back
No,
there
I know.
entirely.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Entirely, okay.
But given that history that we had and we've known each other's choices, now today as a 26-year-old from under the frontal lobe
Yes.
and a year of using it, what does healthy love look like to you today?
Oh damn. You know, in the way I thought of an answer for this and now forgotten it. So this is great.
Guys, this is why I ask people to prep and then make them do things before we record so then they forget.
Yeah. It's a very
It's a strategy. So it's authentic.
It's a strategy, so it's completely healthy love. I think it's shit. There's so many things.
Tell me your top 3 that would define healthy love for you.
I think okay, this is very like personal to me, but I need
It
someone.
has to be, no? I'm talking about healthy love for
I'm
you.
gonna stop talking. Do you want to tell them?
Shut up and tell me.
Okay, for me it's trust is obviously there, right? But then how that trust works for me is I need a lot of reassurance. So I need a partner who reassures me with love, if that makes sense.
Words of
even if it's
affirmation.
not words of not just that, just in general. Random text ki, oh, I'm thinking about you, kind of a thing. Oh, I saw this and I thought about you, or oh, we should watch this movie together, or just those kind of things. I feel like
When
that
they
is
tying different bits of their day to you, whether you're there or not.
yes, yeah, and yeah, I think that reassurance and just like not telling me that they love me, but showing me in different ways. And I think that's something you only get to know when you've spent enough time together. And I think when you have to show love, that means you really need to know the person.
True.
It can't be random. Like,
True.
if you kept getting me like gifts, if my partner kept getting me gifts, that means they don't know me that well.
True.
Right? So I think that show of love, in the way I want it to be shown, is very important. And obviously I would reciprocate that.
Obviously.
Also, one more thing is being comfortable in silences.
Oh, that is such an important one.
Because I feel there are there is uncomfortable silence, but I've come to a point where I need silence in my life, like coming back from work, or if it's a weekend, or just winding down from a get together, whatever it is, I need silent time. And just having like someone who's there without making you feel uncomfortable or making you feel like you need to fill the gaps in. I think that's also like
I think like where you can sit together and do nothing, where it's not that you need to fill it, whether it's with conversation, with activity, with anything, right? Being able to just be in the present.
Yes.
Very crucial.
And I think it says a lot about the relationship as well, that level of comfort.
Yeah.
And like no expectations, right? I think that's also something you can see when it comes to, being able to be with each other in silence. And the last thing, I think this is the most important for me, because therapy. No, I figured this out in
We're
therapy.
big therapy supporters. Everybody go to therapy, guys.
Yeah,
Go for it.
please.
You are, I'm not.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
I like the dawning of it that has happened.
Oh yeah, healthy love is something that isn't intense. I don't know if that's a hot take, but like it should.
No,
Healthy love is something that is calm, grounding,
Very.
boring sometimes. If like, it just should be normal. Like as it's you should never feel like when a person.
It's not like it's putting on a show. It's not over the
absolutely.
top. It can have over the top moments, but it's
But
not
relationships in
constantly over the top. It's not constantly showy. It's where you actually feel safe and heard,
Yes.
and you're able to be yourself without having to think about it.
Exactly. In the end, your partner is there to be with you. Like
Yeah.
they're there as a support. you're not trying to make some. It's not like fucking the Joker and Harley Quinn. You know, like it's not intense. It's not supposed to be. Like now, honestly, for me, right, a red flag would be if every time I go out with this person, I'm just feeling an intensity of emotions. I would say not red flag, but it's something to look out for.
Yeah, like, because I mean
okay,
the first maybe 6 weeks
Yeah.
fair because you're still getting to know
that's a
together. You're
honeymoon phase. Yeah.
But after like 2-3 months of being together, if that is still the space you're in, then
Yeah,
and you
you can
can't like do
consider.
the slow moments
Hmm.
things together,
Yes.
then that'd be concerning.
Because right now, I think for that companionship that we're looking for, like we were talking about today, like, you know, as 26-year-olds now, you need that grounding. I can't handle intensity with the job I'm doing. I don't want to come back and fight.
I want to come back and fight. I want to be able to come back home to something safe, something calming, something that I know whether I've had a good day or a bad day, that is going to remain my center of support.
Yes.
That is going to be constant. That is going to be, it's going to be as it is, regardless of how amazing a day I've had or how shitty a day I have. I can always come home to
Yes,
this.
yes. Exactly. No, I like what you said. You're not putting up a show. You shouldn't
Yeah.
be putting up a show because
Very, very crucial. I like how our idea of love has evolved in the 8 years we've known each other.
yeah. So I think 1 year ago we were like, I want to have adventure. You know, I want to.
Oh yeah, I
do
really wanted
experience.
that.
Yeah, adventure
I
and
think
all
2 years ago I made the pivot कि मेरे को अब companionship चाहिए.
Yeah.
Because हम बूढ़े हो चुके हैं. That kicked in a lot sooner than I was prepared for it to.
No, I think more than age, it has to do with how much you're working. I started working later because I did my masters.
That
You
is
started working much earlier, I think. That's why we're at the same level. But I started at different ages.
That is very true. That is very true.
Yeah.
That said,
Hmm.
I think you may have sort of touched on this, and I'm hoping your answer may be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
What, according to you, is, and this could be personal to you, this could be a general quality, what is the most underrated quality in a partner for you that when you're looking specifically at like long-term relationships and like the forever wala, ishq wala love, the Bollywood in me is now satisfied. What would that be?
Underrated. Okay, there's two things I thought about when I really said this, but I don't know if they're underrated. They're just
It's okay.
qualities that I
According to
would
you.
want, right? One is I want someone who's this is very personal to me. I want someone who's the opposite of me. I can get very jumpy and yeah. I need someone who's very grounded and you know
Very love.
someone who doesn't overthink at all. Not at all. I mean, in the sense that someone who can
Someone who thinks but doesn't
compliments
overthink.
someone who complements that energy because I feel like that I don't know, it works out well.
No, fair.
It works out well because it brings you to like
Balance,
at a functional level. Both of you are at a functional level where you're having a good time. I think that's very important for me in the long run because when I said reassurances, you probably know I'm a very anxious attachment person. So knowing that, I think I would, that's one quality I would need, someone who's emotionally grounded, calm, just
Yeah.
soft energy kind of. And what was the other one? Oh, one more thing, which is like sad as hell that I've just learned from experiences, but they need to have their own life.
Oh,
Like, and I'm not just saying they need to have their own
Amen.
friends. I'm talking they need to have their own lives.
Own lives, interests, friends,
Everything.
capabilities, where they're
Exactly.
adding to your life, but they're not completing it, and you are not completing theirs because you're a living individual whole life.
Exactly.
Amen.
And I think we shouldn't complete each other, but I feel like if you find someone who has their entire life, like in the sense they have a life of their own, it makes a huge personality change.
Oh,
it
massive.
Because they know how to talk to people, they have their own interests, so they have their own opinions.
You have things to do together, you have things to do apart, you have
Yes.
a life that you can build where you're trying to see how both of these come together.
Yeah.
But it's not that, one is so codependent in terms of life on the other, where if something were to go wrong, the person who's so codependent is shattered.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And that could be either ways. And that could also, if one person is that much in power, if somebody else is so codependent, it could also lead to like really grey areas of manipulation, emotional manipulation that are shit.
Yeah.
Right? So So
I think
important.
that's
So
yeah,
important.
because
oh my god.
if you don't realize it, that's the thing, you don't realize that it feels good to be wanted by a person, but then 4 months, 5 months down the line, you realize ki, oh, this is not wanting, this is just, they need me to survive.
Yeah,
Like this is not even love anymore, it's just, if I'm not there, it's like a parasite.
yeah.
So,
fully.
it feels good in the beginning. That's what I think. That's why I think it's underrated in the sense that we don't think about this.
Absolutely.
So now it's like it's part. I think I have like a mental checklist, and
I think that is so
Yeah.
important. I'll also say this, watching you grow into the person you've become today has been one of the joys of my life. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, and our fair share of those. But for you to have one come back into my life the way that you have, for us to be the people that we are today, having the conversations that we do, that growth path from being PG people and sitting on the side of the road having chai and doing random, we were lifting people at the back of that lane. I don't know the fuck we were doing.
Why we were doing that.
And the conversations we had is where we are today, and the life goals that we have, the effort that we're putting in to build those things, all of it, like the way you've grown is.
I think we've grown. It made me cry now. No, but
I will try to make you cry. I
I
love
don't
you.
know, all the tears just like look.
See, that was my strategy. I didn't want you to
Vacuum
cry.
the fuck. You think I'm gonna cry?
Then you know your mood. You know you.
But I cry alone, okay? I'm crying in front of people.
There's nobody here.
Do you not consider yourself a fucking object, dude? Women are objects.
We don't say these things. No. Women are not objects.
Women are not objects, okay? Stop it. Stop it.
Oh
These
my
are group
God,
chat
this girl.
conversations.
Stresses me out.
Women are not objects, dude. You say that shit, I'll beat the shit. Meet me outside, bro.
We're not threatening people, Deva.
Don't meet me outside, bro. What the fuck?
Guys, this does not reflect on the comment that I just made about her growth. She really has
This
grown
is
as
how
a
I
person.
cope. This is how I cope.
Yeah,
with
this is the
compliments.
coping mechanism.
This is my coping mechanism.
Her
I love
coping
it.
mechanism is to be problematic, which is okay. We will accept it.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not gonna get arrested every time. Anyway, moving on.
So I was saying that you've grown. I love that growth. I'm very proud of your journey. But
Oh.
there are topics I know that you and I have discussed that are very on the, like they're very large but small issues at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
From a macro perspective, it's like, but from a micro perspective, from ours, on how it impacts daily lives as we're growing, as we're figuring things out. And we've been trying to figure a lot out in the last 3 years, right, as individuals. And for that to have happened, there's a lot of things that seep into life when you're working and you're trying to, maintain social relationships, maintain work relationships, trying to have aspirations to work towards, whether it's doing a second master's, it's doing a PhD, it's, trying to meet your next work goal. There's so much constantly, right? And with that, you're often not left with a lot of time because there's only 24 hours in the day.
Yeah.
And then comes in the mid-20s wala loneliness.
Yes.
And, it gets overwhelming sometimes, realistically, right? What is one thing that you think you do or are working on doing to reach out for when you need help, when you're feeling overwhelmed by the loneliness?
This is a very good question because this is a big problem that I had when I moved to Bangalore for my job, and so it took me a long time. I started coping in very bad ways. I started using relationships to cope with the loneliness, which was definitely not a good thing, right? So after that breakup and all the shit that came with it, I'm not even kidding. I made a list of people I have in my life, which obviously included you, Janvi, Rasha, Dhruv.
I appreciate
everyone.
the reassurance.
Yeah, I don't know. मैं पागल आदमी
Fair. Fair.
No, but I made a list in my notebook. Okay, these are the people I have in my life. And I think that night I texted a couple of people, hey, what's up? Not like I'm gonna vent, but like, what's up? And that was a great starting point to realize that I can get back in touch with people.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing about me is that I'm very bad at maintaining relationships. If they're not face to face. If I'm in the same city, great, I can meet you and everything. But other than that, it takes me time to reply to messages because I just can't. Like, that's just something, that's it. So I'm very grateful to have friends who are also either the same way or are okay with it.
Mm.
So yeah, one thing I do then to cope with the loneliness is to go back to that list and text.
I think that's a very smart mechanism.
Yeah,
I think I need to create that list for myself because I don't. I know in my head, but then when it comes to the actuality of executing on it, it doesn't happen. But if you're like a hard list to go look at, I think that would make it easier.
Yeah, because when you're lonely, your entire brain is telling you you're alone. You have no one to like. It's like, oh, look at you, sad as hell. You're sitting in bed, not talking to anyone. But you look at the list and you're like, okay, even if I'm not with them,
I know they're here. They're a message away.
They're a message away, a phone call away. I can video call. Like, you have people. We have people in our lives. So,
Very well.
Yeah, that's something I do.
You said something which is tying into the next question that I have here, which is that you struggle with maintaining relationships that are not in person. And the next question that I had here for you was, how do you maintain friendships with people as people grow as individuals, but also that people grow apart? It could be mental distance, it could be physical distance.
I have one wholesome answer to this. Like, I'll come to that later. But
I sat down like this to be like, oh, wholesome answer.
Tell me more. No, but honestly, I don't. I'm very bad at that. If we grow apart, it's very selfish of me, okay? Like, this is gonna get like this is gonna make me sound like a horrible person. But for me, if we grow apart and there's no, I don't feel that internal need, like the motivation ki, I want to reach out to them. I just let go of that friendship. And I kind of call it a natural growing apart.
Which is fair.
I don't do with everyone. I'm not that
I know.
Which is why I come to the wholesome part. So I have a group of school friends, like just the three of them. So the three of us, we have a group chat and we've been friends since 3rd standard. We know each other like for a long time, and right now we're in 3 different time zones. So keeping in touch is horrible, along with my incapability of making phone calls and video calls. It's just not good. So there was like a 3-month period where we did not speak at all. And then randomly like some conversation started, and then my friend brought up that one of them brought up that she does a thing with her college friends where every week you send 3 photos. This is how my week went.
Cute.
Nothing else, just 3 photos, you can put a caption and just put the photos in. And that just automatically starts up some conversation. And I've been doing that with 2 group chats now. 2 group chats have kind of died out. Not died down, but like we weren't, talking as much. One Pune group, like a PU group chat and a school group chat. And it's been amazing.
I love that.
Because, yeah, I mean, you're first of all, who doesn't love sharing their photos, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I did this week, and then when you share and someone else is sharing, and it's just natural conversation and it's fun. So then somehow we've like in the 7-day week, we end up talking like there's a continuous chat going on for 4 days. I think that's like
pretty good.
Given the lives that we have, 4 days is like a win, right?
I had seen this Instagram video of this group of friends that have been friends from like school, and these are like people in their 50s, 60s, and they were sharing how they've kept their friendship alive from school. So that was at like 5-6 decades at that point. And they said we've had a group chat where every week on a Wednesday we send a 30-second video on the group sharing what has happened in the last week, highlights. And so you get to know what everybody's been up to. And if you feel like from that video somebody's struggling with something, you've missed congratulating somebody for something, whatever it could be, because life happens and it gets busy, right? You have that opportunity to hear it from them, to see them, to hear what has happened with them from them and not from like other sources. And because we're setting Wednesdays, now everybody looks forward to Wednesday because now we're going to get updates from everybody.
Exactly.
And it's so cute. Like, I love that concept.
I
think I'm
it at some point. Yeah, exactly. I love it. It's so wholesome. It's just, you're not doing anything. It's not an effort. It's just a natural, 30 seconds.
30 seconds is nothing.
And again, my point is, who doesn't like talking about their lives? It's just that's just how it is, bro.
I know people who don't.
Oh, sorry.
I know people who
With the
don't.
group chat.
Yeah, I know
Huh.
people
Oh,
who are
okay,
very
okay,
like,
fine, who are like,
no,
okay.
I will listen, I don't want to share too much, I'm going to be a burden, that type of.
Okay, but that is there.
There's those also that exist in the world, unfortunately.
But then you have photos, you just send photos.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I like that.
But
I like
something
the
like
photo
this.
idea. I think where there's you're making an effort to share what's up with you, and like I was saying, I love sending random voice notes messages out because it's then bringing some response and that goes into a
Yes.
conversation.
Exactly.
And then let's be honest, more often than not, I do dumb shit. Or
It's entertaining. to learn
entertaining
about too,
shit.
right? Like, yeah.
and then everybody has an opinion on the new nonsense I've pulled, which is great. So I'm giving all of you all a reason to laugh and communicate at my cost.
This might be very my personality kind of a thing, but I also I think part of maturing is also being okay with people not talking to you.
Oh,
for a month
I
or
am
two.
so comfortable with that. It's very funny how comfortable I've gotten with letting friendships go, or supposed friendships go rather. Because if it's not somebody that's adding value to my life today, I could be, you could be somebody who's added value to my life, who's brought joy in my life in the past, and I will still hold you with love, with regard, with respect for that. But that doesn't mean I'm going to force myself today to have an uncomfortable relationship for the sake of something that was.
That was. Yeah.
And for me to be able to, like, I've gotten so comfortable with drawing boundaries and being like, this is not something that you can tell me what to do or what not to do. I'm gonna back off now. Thanks, but no thanks. And it's so crucial because I mean, as recent as like a couple months ago, I had to have a really tough conversation with somebody I've known and been friends with for a decade because they crossed boundaries and how for about a topic that they did not even have the entire information on. Or from me that they'd spoken to me about, and I'm like, you don't get to come in and call me a disappointment without knowing everything. No, you can have a difference in opinion. I'm okay with that.
But
we don't have opinions that align a lot of times. But the way that you're discussing it, the way that you tell me that, oh my god, you have to do what I'm thinking, I'm not taking that. I know we've got 10 years behind us, and I'm gonna hold the person with regard for that. But it doesn't align with who I am today, and I have to say bye for the person that I am today.
It's nice that you have this, Craig. I think I appreciate that you're able to have these conversations. I'm very bad at communicating this. For me, I just hope that organically the friendship will just,
I'm a
fade
hyper
apart.
communicator. I need to, if I have something that's not sitting well with somebody, as minuscule as it is, I need to have it out with them.
That's a
I'm
good thing.
willing
That's
to
a
take
good
the consequences of having it out. That could mean that they're going to tell me that I'm the one at fault or whatever it is. I will take it. If that means that friendship is going to break because I've had a confrontation, I am still willing to risk the consequences, but I need to have a conversation about it.
That's insane. I'm the exact opposite. I'm so scared of the consequence of having a conversation. I just avoid and I hope that it just happens
Bro,
naturally.
on average,
Which,
I have 3 to 4 difficult conversations a week at this point.
That's insane. I think that's just pathological.
This is work and personal life combined.
Okay.
But it's constant, and I'm just like, for me to understand where we stand, and are you good? You look like you were choking on your hair or something. Sorry.
Are you saying that was my normal face?
Oh,
Are you saying
sorry.
I look ugly?
No, maybe.
Okay. समझा मुझे.
I'm putting this there. I'm not editing that out. So like, it's for me to understand where we stand with regards to the situation, with regards to being on the same page with somebody. I need to have the conversation, man. If I'm not talking to you, I'm not going to be on the same page. I won't understand your rationale. And there are times that people have different reasons that I may not be obviously noticing, right? Like, very funnily enough, there was this period at home that we were all really busy and we were not able to talk to each other a lot. And I suddenly felt like I was being not communicative enough with goods, and I was so afraid of losing the friendship. And I'm like, do you not want to be friends with me anymore? I don't want. And she's like, babe, no, it's nothing like that. It's been nuts.
It's
And I'm like, yeah, but I feel like we don't do things and with a room apart and I've gone off because I'm like, if I'm feeling
This
it,
needs to be talked about.
because if I repress it, it's gonna like.
No, I think
And I don't wanna do that.
No, I think that's something I want to learn from you because that's a sign of a good friendship, right?
You can have tough conversations and come back from them, and
But you need to
not
be
just a
happy.
friendship or any
Anything,
relation.
If whether
you
it's at
can-
work, personal friendship,
Anything.
acquaintance, whatever it is.
If you can have a tough conversation and still end that period of time, whether it's whatever day it is on a note that leaves you feeling good, where you maybe shared a laugh or a meal after it or whatever, where you're not feeling that conversation left you brutal, and you can come back to discussing random things after it, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's
Then you will make it work.
I could never do that, you know. I mean, I want to be able to do. I could never do that now. Like, it's crazy.
Coaching classes में चलाएगी भाई. आजा.
Anyway,
You actually wanted to learn.
coaching classes,
Coaching classes.
Coaching classes.
But okay. Now that we've, been so smart, while also being funny, I think we've done a fair share of entertainment in our channel. I'm going to move to funner topics.
Yay!
The way she claps. Guys, I will try to see if somewhere in this podcast I can include a snippet of her doing her penguin dance.
You don't want to see that, guys.
Trust me, it's a
See, I used to do
shit.
it with kids, okay? It's fine. See, as a person who works with kids, I do a lot of dumb shit. If you saw the shit I have to do in school, you judge me
Maybe
when
you
more. Penguin dance is the least of the dumb.
My girl has done a penguin dance at 12 in the afternoon at Kormangla Social as a 20-year-old.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And she wasn't even drunk. So, yeah.
No one said I had a good young adult food experience. Anyway, my transition from teenage to adulthood was not great. Anyway. Yeah.
But in adulthood, you're doing well. So,
I
yes,
still did the
we'll
penguin
take the
dance.
win. I mean, you did the penguin dance at my birthday 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Best. And she did it with a gamcha around her neck.
In a
Because she was
swimming suit.
going to swim, so she was in a swimming suit with a gamcha around her neck.
So I looked hot doing it.
I don't want to say mean things.
I look great. I saw the video, I look great. Anyway.
She did. But coming to the funner questions, can you stop peeking?
You think I can read? I mean, I can read actually. How do, anyway.
Just
Sorry.
Because you were talking about our beautiful choices that we've made previously in love. What is the worst date you've ever been on? I am waiting for this.
It's actually dumb as.
I need to know. I need to know.
Oh god. Oh, there's just moments in each day that just made it like, what the
Please tell me. We're all yours.
There was this one day, like one of the first dates I went on in Manipal, where the guy was doing his PhD and we met at a cafe, and man's just going on and on about himself. And I'm just like, okay, now I need to talk about my accomplishments too. So I started talking in the middle. Man, he's somehow taken that and turned it back to himself. And I was like, I can't deal with this. 20 minutes in the China. I'm like, okay, let's leave. I need to get like groceries and all. So I made him do grocery shopping with me.
Okay.
Because I was like, I need tomato for the apartment. So we were doing grocery shopping. And then bahar pani puri ka stall tha, so we were having pani. We were like, chalo khate hain. We were having pani puri. Man, he's still yapping about himself. This is
Oh
not
my
stop. He's still
God.
yapping about himself. And we're eating. These two girls come, okay? And was like, oh my god, hi sir. And I was like, what the fuck? And this man has introduced me, oh yeah, these are my students. And I took a step back. I was off the sidewalk. Like, ye nahi hoga mujhse.
It's so funny.
It wasn't worst day, but it was just annoying as fuck. I'm like, why did I waste 45 minutes of my life on this?
But you got tomato out of it.
I got tomato and stuff out of it. Yeah. तो करना ही था, but ठीक है कोई था साथ में entertainment.
Bag
There was
उठाना
one
है
more
नहीं
where-
hopefully.
नहीं नहीं उठाया था. Strong independent Korean.
I love it.
There was another one where we went in this guy's car and out of
Yeah.
nowhere we were going to the beach. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a fun date. Out of nowhere, this guy started getting angry
About what?
about. So he's mad about the traffic, and then we're driving, and he's like, "Oh, it's because of he's Kannadiga. He's like
Oh,
he's
it's
from
because of
the
everybody is
Udupi.
moving in.
He's
Oh,
from the
shit.
Udupi region, so he went like, yeah, it's because everyone, all those migrants are coming to Udupi, and now just look at this happen. I'm just like, fuck, I'm a migrant here. And he's just getting angrier and angrier, and I'm like, oh. And he was just boring as hell already. Like,
Oh.
no, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm trying to have a conversation with him. He's saying one sentence and no follow-up question. It was just annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
So I texted my friend. I was like, fake an emergency.
I love it.
We're almost at the beach. She calls me in some shit she came up with, and I made him turn back and take me.
I love
I was like, yeah, I think that was the worst date because I was first of all I was scared.
Mm.
I'm like, what? A man getting angry in a car? Oh, no, thank you.
No.
Absolutely not. So
Fair.
thank God for good friends.
I agree. What is a guilty pleasure? Such as ketchup and condensed
I'm
milk
actually going to talk about that. That's my
that
answer.
you would not give up.
Peanut butter.
Mm.
So I use peanut butter to make my protein shakes. But then one day I realized ki, oh, this shit is great on its own. And once, I eat like 4 spoons of peanut butter after my run to a gym.
Can I recommend something because you said peanut butter? No, baby. If you make cold coffee, right, along with whatever sweetener you're adding, add a spoon of peanut butter. It enhances the coffee flavor so much.
Peanut
It's
butter
so
goes
good.
with everything.
No, you should see the way it makes the coffee so much
I will
stronger.
definitely try this.
Please do it. If I had it, I would have made it for you to take.
Yeah.
But
No, I will definitely do
it's
this.
so good.
No,
So
yeah,
good.
that's it. I can't let go of it. Like I got
That's
a
fair.
full body checkup done. I'm pretty healthy aside from being mildly anemic, which I don't think peanut butter is gonna help with. No, I think I'm gonna keep on eating that, but it's okay. My sugar levels are fine, so
Correct.
we're good.
I have realized on this recent trip of mine, so I've always liked the combination of peanuts and chocolate and peanut butter and chocolate, but not to the extent that I've realized on this trip that I actually love it. Because everything I had in terms of dessert anywhere outside, I was having peanut butter brownies, peanut butter chocolate ice creams, peanut butter chocolate things. I was like, shit, I love this flavor combination. It was so
you
good.
had Reese's.
I love Reese's.
Reese's are the best.
Remind me
The
to
best.
give you some there in the room.
Yes, I need that.
But yeah, they're so good. So good, I'm telling you. I love it. But yeah, so I get that. Peanut butter is a very fair.
Why do all the good things have to be unhealthy?
I think that's why they're unhealthy because they're good.
Yeah.
Right?
Stupid life.
Anyway. Stupid. But I will also say this, and this is like a very random thing. I was saying Tool about this yesterday. There's a Sindhi dish that is the healthiest fucking shit I know, and also the tastiest. It is a one-pot dal which has all, you can put whatever greens in it you want. Palak dal lo, mint dal lo. I know the Telugu words for this. I don't know what the English Hindi words are, but like totkora, kongora, chukukora. Put all of it. Put onions, potatoes, tomatoes, beetroot, carrot. You want to put, like, I'm allergic to brinjal, but I can't put that. But people put brinjal, put whatever vegetables you want. Put chana dal, put garlic, ginger, evo. Usko mast ubalo, sab blend it, chhauka lagao. It's the tastiest fucking dal in the world. Like, I can have itna bada katora of that dal and be content with it. It's the tastiest shit in the world. It's the only Sindhi food that is so healthy because Sindhi food is like laden with fat otherwise. This is the tastiest shit I know and it's super healthy. Super healthy. Now I'm gonna move to my favorite segment, as I've been calling it, the yap of the week. So ma'am, the stage is yours.
Okay, so for me, something I cannot live without is the kind of lifestyle I've built for myself, which took a long time. Okay, it took like 2 years to get to this point where I'm very comfortable with how I'm living, and it's very funny. But so as a special educator, we do a lot of behavioral interventions with our students. We have a lot of checklists. We have a lot of schedules that we make, and to-do lists. So just a lot of concrete things that we need our kids to look at in order for them to do, because that's just what makes it easier for them. And I was like, this is so smart, I need to start using this for myself. So I recently heard some, see, we try to build habits, we have big goals, I'm going to work out at least 3 times a week, but we don't plan plan for it in a way that's comfortable to us. And I saw somewhere that you need to build habits to fit into your life, not the other way around, right? So for me, I tried to figure out like, okay, gym. If I realized recently that going to gym in the evenings, it was working out for me. I was going to gym, I was going for runs, but it cut down on so much of my social life. So I was like, okay, how do I fix this now? So then I was like, okay, if I have to go in the morning, how do I change my life? How can I make it work for me? So now instead of making breakfast at home, I go to an Udupi after I wake up at 5:30, do my workout, go to an Udupi and have a heavy breakfast. So that way I'm spending what, 40 rupees
Correct.
on a good breakfast. I'm going to office, I'm not hungry. And in the evenings, I have a lot of time to spend with
Correct.
my friends or on my other hobbies. And because I'm getting filter coffee now, instead of chai, I'm drinking filter coffee now. It keeps me going through the day. So just, coming up with plans for this. And it's not like a mental thing. For me, I have to write this down, make checklists, make to-do lists. I have to-do lists on my whiteboard, in my Google Keep, in both my personal and work account. And then I have a separate one on my phone. If I don't have those, I cannot function. If you deleted those, I will not. I will actually, like, for 1 week, you will find me rotting in bed.
I love that because that is what I live by. Like, I need to do this.
Yes.
I heard somebody share this with me yesterday. Enthusiasm is great, but endurance is greater.
Endurance is needed.
And it takes a lot to be able to show up, to build that discipline.
Yes.
I really like this concept of the to-do list. I think, every day I have like daily, weekly, monthly to-do lists for myself, personally and professionally. Like this week, I knew there were a bunch of things I had to prep for, I had to get together, blah, 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 after coming back. And so I made a to-do list so that I keep ticking it off once I get that task done. So I know what's pending.
It feels good to manage
It
it.
feels great.
But it's also, there's so many things there's so many, you said mantras and all, right? So many mantras you have to keep in your mind. Even a 20% of effort in a job, you've done 100% of the job. Your effort doesn't matter. You showing up matters. To live is to do. Just do things.
Yes.
Just keep doing things. Living with that fact, okay, if I don't go now, I'm going to regret it later. Honestly, it's just so much self-talk that you have to do with yourself. And enthusiasm is great, but you need to keep that up.
The
And
enthusiasm
your
is
life-
only going to sustain you so much.
Exactly.
Your discipline is what is going to sustain you longer. And when you're disciplined, your enthusiasm also grows. with
Yes. And discipline looks boring. That's the
And
thing.
that is something that I think our generation hates.
It's exactly. You need to overcome that feeling of getting bored because you will, Like
Life
that's
is
just
gonna
how
get-
it is.
Whether it's a job, whether it's your life schedule, it is going to get mundane at some point. It is going to get routine. That's the whole point of it. And if you're going to constantly seek something new, something shiny, you're never going to stick with anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is going to take away from the quality of life at the end of it.
Yes. And just adding on that, when we talk about things getting mundane, that means it's settled down for you as a routine. And this is a great time for you to add something else now.
True.
Because I think
And something that complements it, something that does not add stress, but something that helps you be better and get closer to the person you want to be.
Exactly. Just do things you love. Do things that you naturally love, right? Don't
Yeah,
do
so
things
it's
because
not
other
like
people
a
are
brand
doing
new
it. Just-
effort.
Exactly. It's not an effort. And yeah, I mean, I don't know.
love
Yeah,
that.
we
I
need
love
to.
that.
I think discipline and consistency are very underrated, and we need to.
It's so crucial.
We can't hype like क्या बोलते हैं उसको? We can't hype up consistency by saying, "Yo, it's fun. I'm having a great time. Fuck all. You see me in the morning. Someday I look like I'm dead. But I get through it, and I see the results on days like this, right? When I have that energy, when I feel good about myself, it works out really well in the long run.
Love that.
So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I think this has been one of the most loudly fun episodes, if I may, because I think collectively we're very loud. But it's a good kind of loud. Like, I love it. I love it. I think it brings out the excitement that we want. I'm going to wrap this up on a very fun note that I feel in the next couple months that we have here. we need to make a trip to Avon again.
Yes, we do.
We really
Yes, yes,
do
yes.
need to
Yeah.
revisit Avon
Absolutely.
and their nonsense butter chicken and their old monk and
Disgusting.
that butter naan.
Okay, maybe not
But-
old monk. I still have like vodka. I'm gonna take a green apple vodka because
Oh
that's
my
the first thing you made me try.
God,
That's the
I'm
first
sorry.
thing you made me
But
try.
it's
That's
a good
okay.
start. It's a good entry into
I
the
remember.
world.
I just went
I know.
horizontal on the seat. Yeah.
I remember.
We'll
It
go
was
to
so
Avon.
funny.
Let's do it.
I think we need to do an A1. But Deva, thank you for doing this, for sharing your thoughts, for bearing your heart. I love you so much. Thank you for doing this. I'm very glad that you came home and we got to do this and we got to talk. I really appreciate it. And all of you, please come back for our next episode. That is also going to be most likely in person, I think. We will see.
Anyway, thanks
See
for
you.
inviting me. I had such a fun time.
I'm glad.